Have you seen that replay, buddy?
All right, man, I'm done talking to you.
You can't be done talking to me. You're right here facing me.
I back. Trust me, I back.
Dana! 60 G's, baby!
But I'm not impressed by your performance.
It's normal. Come on, guys. It's normal.
You'll do nothing. You'll do nothing.
I'm the man of the hour, Joe. Too sweet to be sour. What you see is what you get, and what you don't is better yet. I'm the women's pick. I'm the men's regret. And if you win against Chael Sonnen, you made a bad bet.
I don't have much left to say other than you have seen nothing yet.
What's happening, Fight Week Show fans, Fight Week Show people? Then we're back with another episode of Dust Top Shakedown. And with me tonight, my special guest, we got Kenny Black Diamond in the house. I got my bros in the house, Maddalena. We got Sterling. We got Crossover. How's everybody doing? Let's start with KBD.
I'm good, man. How are you, man? Oh,
Yeah,
obviously, I'm trying a new deal. Ready to go, man. Just chilling.
That's what's up. That's what's up. That's good news, man. We've seen it all over social media, and congratulations to you. But we're going to touch on that later on in the show. Boy, let's come to Maddalena, man. How you doing, my bro? You got that new setup. You've been ready to go to give that thing a try. How you feeling, brother?
I've been waiting, bro. I hope I'm sounding as crispy as Owen in this mother. Yeah, I mean, but had some audio issues at the start of the week, and it turns out it was just me being an idiot. Yeah, I mean, I'm as illiterate.
What's new?
Yeah, I'm as illiterate as with a PC as you, bro. Yeah, I mean, so we got there. I've got some other bits I want to get in, but we're all good. It's been a good day, so can't complain.
Yeah,
glad to be back with the boys, bro. It feels like an age because all I did was miss a week, but it feels like it's been a minute, you know.
Yeah, it's good to have you back, brother. It's good to have you back. And Sterling, how you been doing, my bro? You good?
Bro, it's been a week. It's been a week. I'm definitely here to chop it up with the boys on this Thursday. Like McDang says, I feel like I haven't seen the boys in ages. We just did a watch along Saturday, but it feels like fucking a couple months ago. But I did have the Black Diamond in this bitch though.
Let's go. Let's go, champ. Let's go.
And last but not the least, the homie Cross. How you feeling, bro? How you feeling, man?
It's been a week. It's been a week for me too. I mean, was a little under the weather the last few days, but finally on the mend and had to come on here with the boys and chop it up.
Boy, I didn't know the weather could deal with a big old brother like you like that, man. You know what I mean? Like, weather don't tie you down. I didn't know that weather could do that to you, man. But boy, that shows that we're all out here trying to survive, man. Big up everybody that's locked in right now, everybody that's watching us on live, everybody that's watching us on playback. Please make sure you're following everybody that rocks with the platform. KBD, Maddalena, the Rambling Dad, MMA Normally, Making the Walk. Make sure you add Dogs MMA, Crossover MMA, Cage Scribe, the Fight Week Show, of course. Make sure you're following every single one of those boys in the platform. And last but not least, before I forget, before he kicks me in the head, make sure you follow Head Kick Pod as well, people. Yeah, man. Salute to every single one of you. We've got some topics that's been put together by Leroy. Sterling, if you don't mind, if you could run the chat for us. I see Maddalena really busy there. If you could run the chat for us, that'd be lovely. Leroy, topics together for us this week. And what a card we had on our hands last weekend. The amount of finishes that we saw in the prelims going into the main card, it was crazy. But congratulations to my boy Modi B, Modestas Bukaskas, the way he went in there and put that work on the Brazilian brother Shakira. I forgot how you pronounce his name.
Tone for the card anyway.
Close enough.
Yeah.
I mean, the way he went in there and put that work on him, you know what I mean? He's reached out to us as well, showing love. So salute to Modestas Bukaskas, big Modi B, training out there from BST. Okay, let's get into the first topic that Leroy has put together for us. Let's go.
Daniel Cormier recently shared a conversation he had with Justin Gaethje after news broke that Dan Hooker had to withdraw from their fight due to a broken hand. In the wake of the announcement, several lightweights including Renato Moicano, Mateusz Gamrot, and Rafael Fiziev offered to step in on short notice. DC revealed that Gaethje is determined to stay on the card, insisting he'll fight anyone and doesn't care who the replacement opponent is.
But moving forward, Justin Gaethje is still fighting. I called him this morning, and my immediate question was, do you have any plans to not fight this weekend? He goes, are you crazy? That's Justin Gaethje. He goes, are you crazy? Of course I'm fighting. I said, what's up, JG? What are you doing? He goes, I'm sleeping. It's 7:30 in the morning here. I thought it was 8:30. I thought he was in Central Time. I'm on the West Coast. I thought it was 8:30, but it was 7:30. He goes, of course I'm fighting. I said, well, there are guys that are picking their hand up going, I want in, right? Rafael Fiziev immediately said, let's run it back, JG. Renato Moicano said, I want in. 2 weeks is plenty of time for me to get ready. I want in. So I asked JG, who do you want? He goes, I don't care. He goes, I don't care who I have to fight. I'll fight any of those guys. I said, but for me, I want you versus Renato Moicano. That's what I would like. I think that's a fun fight. And I think that that fight looks more to people like the fight against Dan Hooker, what we were all expecting.
Cross, I know you was really interested in this topic off air just before we came on live. We've heard what DC's got to say there, but really and truly, when you look at the whole situation that's happened with Gaethje here, and the fight falling apart and stuff like that, what do you make of the whole situation with Gaethje? And do you think Moicano, or maybe you think maybe a different opponent for somebody like Justin Gaethje, because everybody wanted to see that fight with him and just and Dan Hooker, the Hangman?
So I got a couple things on this topic. First off, I think everybody in the MMA community is sad to see that fight fall off. Like, everybody wanted to see Justin Gaethje versus Dan Hooker. Everybody, I don't care who you were.
Yeah, right there.
Then on top of it, personally, I think the guy that should have had the fight was Arman Tsarukyan. Like, to me, it made perfect sense. Like, he missed out on his title shot. Got to get himself back in the good graces of the UFC. To me, I feel like the UFC been like, hey, like, you have to take this fight. Like, you pulled out, you got to take this on short notice if you want to get back to fight Islam Makhachev. But personally, I like the Fiziev fight. It was one of my favorite fights of 2023. And it's, for me, it's kind of like an even matchup because, Fiziev's coming back off the injury. Gaethje's coming back from the KO. So I'm excited for it. I think it's going to be a action-packed fight.
Yeah, Kenny, I mean, with a fighter like Justin Gaethje, exciting fighter, everybody loves to see him get in there and bang. We know what he's about. He's either kill or be killed with him, you know what I mean? And this fight falling off with Dan Hooker. But Cross makes a good point. But the thing is Arman Tsarukyan even healthy enough to fight Gaethje for the time frame that he has to fight him? Or who do you think could be like a potential other opponent for him in your opinion?
Yeah, they said, like, obviously if he's gonna agree to fight, like, he must be confident that he's gonna do the job. But yeah, I like the Moicano fight personally. Obviously Dan Hooker was obviously the fight that we all wanted to see as well, but like, two good striker brawl, like, that would have been like just a brawl, I imagine. I feel like the Moicano fight could be like a brawl as well. Like, the two, like, they're both very game opponents, and it'll be cool to see how they match up together. I think that fight would be like the next best thing personally. What do you think?
It's hard with Justin Gaethje finding that right dance partner for him to really get that fight. But I think somebody like a Dustin Poirier, in my opinion, is looking for that legacy fight. I think a Gaethje fight could potentially give him that. This is somebody that's fought for the title, that's been in and around the top 5 for a long, long time in Justin Gaethje. And I think Dustin is always game. Like them two gonna be on some stand-up shit. They're gonna throw down, and they both got that kill or be killed attitude. That would be my vote if I had to pick for one of, you know, if I had to pick a fight. But to cross his logic, if Arman was available to fight, logically, especially for that progression to be able to get back and see Islam, because Islam's not trying to do this guy no favors. He's already beat him, which is what I was saying the last time when he pulled out. Now it's not on Islam to hang around the division to fight him. He pulled out, right? If it was the other way around, then I can understand it. But and Islam's already beat him, so Islam don't got nothing to prove to Arman. Arman needs to prove something to Islam, and taking a fight against Justin Gaethje, especially when it's a layup, like you just said, with Dan Hooker pulling out, he should be in front of the class, because Dana's beefing him for pulling out that fight in a mad way. He should be in front of the class saying, pick me, pick me, pick me. You know what I mean? But I don't know, man. I don't know. Maddalena, I don't know what your thoughts on this.
The Dustin Poirier one is a good point, because obviously Dustin Poirier is on limited amount of time, and the other fights can happen. Like, obviously there's a longer time frame for the other fights to happen, but obviously Dustin Poirier is going to retire soon, so that would be a good fight as well, to be honest.
Yeah, man. Maddalena, let me come to you on this, man. What's your take on all of this?
We have lost out on fight of the year, boy. That is really just the end and be all of it. You know what I mean? Like, that was going to be an absolute war from the get-go between Gaethje and Hooker. And I couldn't believe when I woke up in the morning and seen it, I was absolutely gutted. The matchup, a little throwback to UFC, 286. They're running it back. Fun fact, I fell asleep for the first 2.5 rounds because I've had too many of those throughout the day. In the O2 Arena watching that shit live and passed out. You know what I mean, I was steaming drunk, fell asleep, got woken up halfway through the fight, and then kind of woke up. I was like, oh shit, Gaethje and Fiziev, or Fiziev, however you want to say it's fighting. Watched the rest of it. It was a banger. This time it's only 3 rounds, so it's going to be a scrap from the get-go. I was quite surprised, so I'm just going to bring this little thing up as well here. Just got Justin Gaethje's Twitter up, and I just want to bring up the window onto the screen so people can see the tweet that he did put out. So he put out there that Arman and Charles understandably said no. Max and Dustin understandably said no. Moicano got the call and said no. Props to Fiziev for volunteering to fly across the world and take this fight. Big risk here for me taking this rematch against an elite striker. Life's a trip. Best live and show. Best live show on earth going down March the 8th. Now, it seems a bit mad that Moicano turned it down, given that he called him out. You know what I mean? He literally jumped onto Twitter as soon as this was happening. I feel like every single lightweight in the division was staking claim to this. I put a tweet out of Gambit saying I'm about to make a name for myself here, because that was hilarious. That's what it was like. Every lightweight was like, yeah, I'm taking this fight against Justin Gaethje, and if I can get the win against this dude, it's going to propel me towards the top of the division. So I'm interested in seeing the rematch. It should be a war for 3 rounds. I would have liked to see the Moicano fight, but seeing Dustin Poirier versus Gaethje again would have been an absolute banger too.
Yeah, man. Sterling?
Bro, I'm not gonna lie. I mean, y'all pretty much covered it right there. McDane covered the main point, though. We lost out on fight of the year. We missed a real-life murder. We were going to witness a death in the UFC is what we were about to witness. But now we're going to witness a pretty good scrap. But I'm not going to lie to y'all, boys. I'm going to be real with y'all. I am not excited for the Fiziev fight. It's all right. It's cool. I've already seen it, and I didn't even want to see it in the first place. I think what Black Diamond was saying earlier was perfect. It should either be Dustin Poirier or we should do Money Moicano. But he turned down the fight, so it is weird. So I don't know, man. Maybe even Ilia Topuria would have got me going, but it's just seeing that him and Dan Hooker isn't happening, and then you replace him with a guy like Fiziev is like, I guess I'll take it. It doesn't get me fucking going, but I'll take it.
Yeah.
I did just to go real quick. I did see on Twitter that Poirier said he never got the call for the fight, and he said he would have did it, but I don't know. I just saw that not too long ago, so I figured I'd just throw that in there. Yeah,
if they would have replaced it with that trilogy for DP's last fight too, bro, nobody would have been upset. Now you got Fiziev. It's like, I'll take it, bro.
Hold that thought there, Dustin, real quick, because we do got a video right here on Dustin. And I'm going to stick with you, Sterling, to take us further on that topic right here. But let's get to that video with Dustin Poirier that Leroy's put together in the video section for us. Let's go.
Dustin Poirier recently explained why he dislikes Michael Chandler so much. The two fought in 2022, with Poirier securing a victory via rear naked choke in the third round. Poirier reiterated his belief that Chandler is a dirty fighter and admitted that just thinking about their fight still makes him angry to this day. Dustin said, a long time ago I was at a Bellator event. Comes in the back. I just wanted to come over and shake your hand. I respect you so much, man. Your career has been awesome. You've had so many great fights. You've come back from adversity. So nice to finally meet you and shake your hand. Fast forward a year, 2 years, whatever. He makes it to the UFC. Now he's talking trash on me. And then I saw him in Vegas. He was coming to an event at the T-Mobile Arena, and that's the first time I saw him since. So I say, you little bitch. He walked in front of me, security comes over, and I said, man, you fake motherfucker, I will beat your ass. And then they booked the fight. He's fake, bro, and he might be a good person at home, but my personal experience, he's fake, man. But we do this knuckle shit, so I was even more mad. Let's fight then. And he's a cheater. Bro, I could go on for days. I get so amped up about this. I get pissed off. He does all kinds of stuff. Blows the blood in my eyes after I break his nose. That's cool. I've done that before. But I admitted it after. And then Chandler, I brought it up, and he said he didn't do it. Just admit it, bro. You're so fake. Then he stuck his fingers in my mouth to lift my neck up for a rear naked choke. He's on my back. I'm trying to get off the fence. He sticks his fingers inside my mouth, grips my mouth guard, pulls my head up to try to get his hand under my chin. Bro, I bite his fingers so hard. Let me tell you what. You heard it here first. If I didn't have a mouth guard on my top teeth, and my teeth could touch together, he'd be walking around with 2 less fingers forever. I had a grip so good because I felt my bottom teeth go into his skin. I bet you he was cut. He knows what I'm talking about. You
Bro, Sterling, that's your boy Dustin, man. You know what I mean? He's beast off. Yo, talk to me, Sterling, man, about the fight you think Dustin should have had, and this guy there that is talking about in Chandler. Talk to me, bro.
It's the you-ho at the end that just fucking nailed it.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Look, I love it, man. RG3 is starting to get all these MMA guys on his podcast saying this crazy ass shit. So Demetrius Johnson talking about his neighbor. We got DP calling Michael Chandler a hoe and he's fake. So I don't know what RG3 is making these boys do on this show, but they're releasing whatever they got in their mind. And I'm gonna be real with y'all. I would love to see that fight. I mean, if they want to end it with that again, say less. I know Dustin doesn't want to because obviously he thinks he's a hoe, but I'm gonna be real with y'all. That fight they had was amazing. It was a banger, bro. And I don't know why he hates Michael so much. He
pretty much outlined it.
Yeah, but bro, I mean, y'all boys tell me, man. I would not trip if they booked Michael Chandler DP2. I would not trip at all, man. It's better than Gaethje Fiziev. Fuck out my face with that.
Yeah, my dad, what you saying with this whole? I mean, everybody says Chandler cheats in some kind of way, and I always go back to that phrase, that famous phrase from DC.
Coming up. Yeah, I know.
You know what I mean? That famous phrase from DC. If you ain't cheating, you ain't trying. You know what I mean?
You're not lying.
Hey, but from your point of view, like, what's your whole take on how pissed off Dustin Poirier? I shouldn't even be in a fight with him, being that pissed off with him, because that in itself could be a disadvantage going into a fight with somebody like as dangerous as Chandler when he's really on it.
Bro, those dudes have got beef, and they have done for a while. Even like since that fight, like I can't. Even when the fight was finished, they were still saying shit to each other. I think Chandler was trying to go over and shake his hand. I kind of feel like Chandler is Dustin Poirier's Colby Covington. Yeah, I mean they've got that kind of like he gets under his skin. Like it's like Jorge Masvidal and Colby. We've got Dustin and Chandler. I think it's a same kind of dynamic that's going on there. Chandler is he's like a WWE superstar, and he's charisma, the personality it comes across with, the wild, you know what I mean, the see you at the top, all the rest of it, always got catchphrases and everything. And I think that just pisses Dustin off. Like he said there, he's fake. Like he's fake as it comes, but that's some dirty tactics, putting your fingers in a man's mouth whilst you're in like back control and you're trying to like sink in the rear naked choke, and you're pulling up his jaw by putting your fingers in his mouth. But at the same time, fair play, bro. Like, I mean, I want to go to Kenny on this one. Like, bro, you ever tried some of that shit? Are you taking notes? What?
Dustin's had like how many fights? Like over 30 professional fights. So like, I'm sure. Like, I don't get why he hates Chandler that much for the dirty tactics, because I've seen him in his fights get like people have like stuck their fingers in between his gloves and other type of like up kicks. I've seen like Conor try to what was he trying to do on the ground? I think he was trying to pull him down or something and up kick him or something on the ground. So I like he's dealt with like so many dirty shit and like so I don't get why when Chandler does it, it's like it just pisses him off even more. Maybe it is like because Chandler goes on like that humble thing and then like does all that WWE shit as well. Maybe that just a mix of everything. But yeah, I love the beef. I think it's great. I think that's a handy fight for Dustin, to be honest. And I know it was entertaining. It was entertaining for like, because Dustin, obviously when you're on the feet with Chandler, it's a bit wild, so it is entertaining regardless. But I feel skill for skill, like Dustin is has the advantage there, like on the feet and on the ground.
Yeah.
Kenny, what are you doing if somebody puts their finger in your mouth? You biting that thing? Or what are you doing?
That's what I wanted to ask you. Like, that's what I wanted to ask you as well, right?
If another man's fingers out of my mouth, I'm taking that home. Like, you know what I mean?
Yeah, it's fair game, man.
What's the threshold with the dark arts in like trying to submit people? Like, what are the threshold? How far can you really go to get somebody that with like just being outside of the rules, but to get them to get into the kind of situation that you'd be able to maybe make them a little bit easier? How far can you go with the dark arts?
Yeah, I think it's one of them things like, say, like if you put your finger in someone's mouth, like the ref is going to take a point off you and give you a warning, you know. So even when I'm training, like people do like grab inside my gloves and all, like I'm like you little bastard, what you doing? You know what I mean? But it's just
what about blowing blood in people's eyes and shit? Like, and
that's like chucking
sand. That's mad. Yeah, I never had that happen before, but I could imagine that is annoying. That's different.
Bro, that eye gouges. What female did that last year that got kicked out? Y'all remember that?
She was getting rear naked choked and then reached behind and was gouging the chick eyes out. Yeah, I remember that.
They're getting creative with it, yeah.
That's what I'm saying. Like, you know what I mean? In training, what do you see when you guys are training and scrambling and trying to get positions justly for positions and shit? Like, does it really get wild in them scrambling?
Yeah, like
people are doing some wild, some things that the ref might not necessarily agree with.
Like in training, sorry to jump in, but like when I was training Brazilian Jiu-Jitsu, they tell you to like start hitting pressure points. You know what I mean? Drive your knuckles into the side of the pressure point and then
yeah.
Just to get them to move, so you can try and either transition or get into a submission. You know what I mean?
Yeah, 100. Yeah, I don't 100% in training. Like, obviously, if people always cover your mouth and stuff like that. Like, no, I haven't had anyone stuck their fingers in my mouth, but like in training, like to cover your mouth, like to try and distort your breathing and things. Like, but in my head, I know people are going to try this in the fight, so they're almost helping me be in that position in training. So like, you wouldn't really get pissed off as long as they're not like purposely kicking you on the balls or eye gouging you or something like that. I feel like it depends the type of cheating, but obviously like they're getting creative with it, like that spitting blood in their eyes and stuff that's different.
I'm actually giving hats off to that. That's fucking creative as shit, innit? You know what I mean? That is hands down. Because ain't the ref gonna see that? Say you're just like blowing out really hard, and you're just like fire a load of blood into that dude's face. Like, I mean, Dan Hooker would sit and lick that shit up, and I'm like, oh, I love it.
Yeah, bro, that's awful, dog.
Yeah, I don't know. Would you get that angry if someone done that after the fight? Like once, I think it's been a year or something. Has it been since they fought? So would you forget about it, or would you like still like fuck this? You'd never forget about that.
Absolutely not. I'm not forgetting about that.
Taking that
Absolutely
shit to the
not.
grave.
Fingers in the mouth. I think the spit in the blood in the face, I'd be like, oh, it's just part of the game. Like it's part of a fight. Yeah, I mean, shit happens. Cool, let's keep going. But fingers in the mouth now, that's haram, bro. But that's crossing a line.
That's haram. No Diddy.
That's just crazy, man.
Hey, but what a strategy.
You better keep that Vaseline in the corner, bro.
No, seriously, I wanted to ask Cross this. I wanted to ask Cross this, like, how petty do you have to be for? I mean, the way Dustin's talking about this guy, all being nice to him 1 year, then two years later, the guy's in the promotion with you, bro. He's looking to compete in your division. Why would he not talk trash about you to get a chance to fight you because you're that high up in the? Like, if I was a fighter, even though I like Dustin, I've been nice to him in the past, and then I get to the same promotion, I'm in your division, and you don't expect me to come at you, bro, if I want your spot. Like, is Dustin being silly and naive here, or do you think he's just being too petty, or he's finding something to hold on to hate Chandler, just wanting the reason to hate Chandler? Which one do you think he is?
It's a very like close line to toe, because think about it, like everybody's professional, so there's a base level of respect for everybody, but at the same time, like, you know, I could possibly fight this dude and I might have to like beat his ass, you know what I mean? So it's one of those things where, like, yeah, I respect him as a professional and as a fighter, but at the end of the day, we might get locked in there and I might have to do bad things to this dude, you know what I mean? So I'm sure Kenny can attest to this. Like, when you got to get in there with another guy, like, you got to go to a different place mentally. And some people just got to look at guys a certain type of way to get in there to be able to do their job.
Yeah, 100%. Like, even I feel like I can attest to that, because, like, even I know we're going to touch on my stuff later, but, like, just an example is, like, my last fight. If you know, I missed weight. Obviously, I'm disgusted with myself, you know, for missing weight and that. And obviously at the weigh-ins, my guy is talking to me about missing weight, so I have to act like I'm not disgusted with myself. You know, you have to put on the front and be like, yeah, fuck you, you get me? Even though in my head I know this guy's right for being like for getting at me, you know what I mean? But yeah, sometimes you just have to go to that place in your head. Sometimes you might have to go there mentally in your head just for the fight, you know. And most of the time you see after the fight, the fighters are cool after, you know. So yeah, it's not. I don't think it's it's not that serious, you know. But obviously, it's cool for us to see if they do fight, you know, the promotion and that, you know.
Yeah, I mean, even the Ian Gary Magny fight, which is still one of the fights that in recent history I still find very, very hard to watch. Ian Gary's later came out and admitted that, hey, listen, I ain't really had nothing on Magny. I just had to find a reason to hate him enough to get in there and beat his ass. Like,
I said before when Kenny was speaking, I said that's the Irish in him. Yeah, I mean, that's what they do, brother. I mean, that's all about the crap.
Yeah, man. Like, you know,
we're all pricks, man. We're stop. That when we fight, you know, more.
I come from an Irish family, bro. I know all of you are pricks. Like,
yeah, it fucking makes sense. I'll tell you that, McDane. That makes a lot of fucking sense.
The apple doesn't fall far from the tree. I'll tell you.
It's just the arrow here, bro. It's just the arrow here. You know?
For real,
hey, you got no sun out there, brother. There's nothing to be happy about.
There's no sun, so that's what it does.
Yeah, dog.
Yeah, that's mad. That's mad. Big up everybody that's locked in right now. Salute to every single one of you. We got near enough 90 of you watching us live. Please make sure you're hitting the like button. Make sure you're subscribing to the boys and following the boys on the socials. Big up to every single one of you. And I want to shout out Full Mount MMA as well. We run their video on our channel when we do Dust Up Shakedown. Salute to the homie Full Mount MMA. Keep up the good work. And yeah, make sure you guys are following them. Right, we've got another video here from Leroy that is put together in the video section for us. And I'm gonna come to Magdalene first on this one when this video gets done playing. Let's go.
Dan Hooker and Arman Tsarukyan engaged in a heated exchange today on social media. The tension between the two began last month when Tsarukyan withdrew from his scheduled bout against Islam Makhachev. In response, Hooker was quick to criticize him, mocking both his decision to pull out and his privileged background. For those who may not be aware, Arman Tsarukyan comes from an extremely wealthy family. Last month, Hooker said, "That's our sport, brother. It's never smooth sailing. How are you getting injured on your day off? I've got no idea. I thought it was pretty strange, bro. To get such a severe injury that you need to pull out when you're cutting weight, you know? I don't know how you would pass up on that opportunity. I obviously saw Dana White just say that he ain't getting the title shot next, and he's going to have to work his way back up to the belt. You know, daddy can't buy you a backbone, can he?" So after the news broke that Dan Hooker fractured his hand and pulled out of the fight with Justin Gaethje, Arman Tsarukyan posted this on X. He wrote, "Karma doesn't miss. Big mouth. Glass hand. Maybe just stick to talking instead of fighting. At Dan the Hangman." Hooker fired back saying, "If only your dad pulled out quicker than your last fight. Glass hand. Glass house."
Bro, that got real sticky there, man. You know what I mean? Talk to me, man. What's going on here, man? What's going on? Break it down for us.
That is right up my street, that, brother. Yeah, I mean, only if your dad pulled out quicker. Mate,
yeah, that's mad. That's wild, bro.
It's another one of them Twitter beefs, isn't it? We've also just had Aljamain Sterling and Diego Lopez going at it. I'm making a video on that one, folks. Shameless plug right there. But Arman Tsarukyan pulling out because he hurt his back like the debut. Like, bro, surely you had like a sore back before you got to like cutting weight. You know what I mean? Like, surely he knew something was going on there and he just pulled out literally 24 hours out of the fight or something. You know what I mean? It was crazy, but yeah, it's just another one of those things. Will Arman Tsarukyan and Dan Hooker fight? Probably not. I know that obviously Dana's saying he ain't getting a title shot until he kind of works his way back up a little bit. So just one of those things. They're creating the backstory. The UFC loves a backstory. If they can have a little bit of beef, they can probably run with it and do something with it. But we'll see what comes of it.
Sterling, you got something on this, bro?
Honestly, I guess the best fight for Arman is Dan Hooker. Unless y'all can think of anything else, boys. I was gonna throw something out there. I was gonna say, what about Arman and Ilya? How about Ilya's first fight at 155 is Arman? I mean, he backed out against that title fight he had. He's gonna at least need to get 2 more fights before he gets the title fight again. Dan Hooker, we all are probably gonna pick Arman on that, even though we know Dan's a gangster. Arman's just gonna end up using his grappling against him and make it a 3-round hump fest. So I like Arman versus Ilya. What you got, McDane?
I wanted to jump in there. So what I was hoping for was Ilya versus Gaethje, because I'm like, I'm not mad at that either. As Dana said, nobody's getting double champ status anymore unless you fucking earn it. Unless you go and run through your division and have multiple defenses and actually earn going for a double champ status. You ain't just jumping out of one and going for the other. Arguably, he's beat 2 best featherweights and he's moved, but he's vacated. And now he's going into the lightweight. There's no way he just gets to go and fight Islam Makhachev on the back of that. Like, you vacated the featherweight and you've moved up. Look at Aljamain Sterling. You know what I mean? Obviously, he lost his title, but then he moved up. Now he's had to work his way through the rankings and fight the who's who.
John Jones just moved up and got.
Why you always got to think in the day?
I'm just
go back to what I said at the start of this. Hold up, wait a minute. Something ain't right.
Right there, though, too.
John Jones dominated the light heavyweight division. He rightfully moved up and went and got that shot. Like, exactly what Dana was saying. If you want to go for the double champ status, you've got to dominate. And he did. You know what I mean? For many, many, many years. So he earned it. What I'm saying is Ilya's only had those 2 fights. He's only defended the belt once. Should he be getting Islam Makhachev straight away? No, he should not. Should he have to fight somebody? Maybe 1, maybe 2, maybe 3 fights to work his way up towards that title fight? Yes. And I think the very best fight we could have got from him to enter that division, given the circumstances, would have been Justin Gaethje. But instead, we get Fiziev coming off an injury and being out for the last 2 years.
Thank you, bro. That's what I'm telling you. That's why I'm not that excited for it. Like, we haven't seen Fiziev in 2 years. He had his nose break. Justin handled him. So it's like, what are we doing this for? And Ilya makes all the sense. Ilya versus Justin would be fucking take my money. go in my pocket and just reach out $65 because I'll pay just for that fight. Like what the fuck?
You sounded
But
like
at the same time though, you gotta wonder if Ilya is gonna take that on short notice, moving up a weight class too though.
No, especially not against a dude like Gaethje, bro.
Exactly.
Bro, Gaethje doesn't even plan to do nothing the next day.
That tells you everything you need to know about Ilya to Poirier, doesn't it?
Ooh, he said it, not me. He said it, not me, baby.
Bro, he's earned the right to get a full camp to take a fight. I mean, we gotta remember, bro. He just vaporized two of the greatest featherweights ever, dog. Come on now.
It's not about
let's cross. Let's just come to your cross, right? Because these two had their say, and McGregor will shut the fuck up.
How about that?
Bro, this isn't some just random guy moving up the lightweight, bro. Like this is the dude that just vaporized your two favorite fighters in Volk and Max Holloway, dog. Like, hey, put some respect on the brother's name now.
I literally just gave the man his flowers, and Volk's never been my favorite fighter. Max, I'll give you that. Volk has never been one of my favorite fighters. I hated that motherfucker for what he done to Max Holloway. Hated that motherfucker. I've only just started liking Volk in recent years.
But
flowers. It's like I say, it's not about what you've earned. It's about seizing the opportunity. The opportunity arose. Like, think about how much more his stock would have gone up if he walked in there and starts Justin Gaethje on top of Volkanovski,
Come on, bro, legend. You're a legend,
bro. Like cement your name in history. Title shot.
Legend.
His name is already cemented in history.
Yeah, but even more so.
What do you mean?
What? You don't want to build a legacy. You don't want the man to build it.
Absolutely, absolutely, you do.
Why are you arguing, man? Why are you arguing?
I'm just saying, like, think about it. Think about it. What guy has moved up a weight class on short notice? What guy that used to be a champion moved up to outside of Alexander Volkanovski? and we saw how that turned out. So Ilya learned. Ilya learned his lesson. Like, hey, I'm moving up a weight class. Let me take my time. Let me get a full count. Because at the end of the day, like, nobody cares if you took the fight on short notice and you lost. Nobody's going to care.
So outside of Volkanovski isn't really a fair statement to make because you're just literally sorting out your own agenda there. But Volkanovski in that first fight on short notice was fucking incredible. The second fight on short notice, fair enough, man got KO'd. You know what I mean? But in that first fight against Islam Makhachev, short notice, went in there and fucking gave him a good
That wasn't short notice, though. That was he got a full count for that fight.
For that first fight. He did not get a full count for that first fight. Now you're literally just changing the goalpost, bro. That's all you're doing.
He did get a full count. How did he not get a full count?
He didn't get a full count for that first fight.
How?
Volkanovski. I'm sure he had like maybe.
Yeah, the full count. Yeah, the full
count. Nah, not for the first fight.
They got the same amount of time.
No, they both built this fight from.
What you considering a full count? What are you considering a full count? 12 weeks.
I'm saying full count. Like both guys got the same amount of time. Nobody was in camp, and then they weren't in camp, and then this other guy jumped in.
Don't talk about being in camp. All of these fighters are training all year round. They are in camp consistently. They might not be in camp as in cutting weight and gearing towards one single opponent if that's how they train. Yeah, I mean, some people don't train like that. Some people just focus on themselves and are training all the time and go in and fight whoever they're fighting. Some people then sit down, watch tape, and gear everything in their game plan towards that one individual. They don't all fight the same.
Okay.
Yeah, but I mean, if
he's not in, he's not in, and this man gets in the cage.
Are you saying?
You shut up.
Before I come to Kenny, are you saying Volkanovski didn't get a full camp for the first Islam fight?
I don't think he did. As in a full fight isn't like 12 weeks. I don't think he did.
I mean,
I would need to go back and check. Could be wrong, but I don't believe he did.
I class 3 months. 3 months as a full camp.
As a full camp. I don't think he got.
But to what Cross said, if you both had the same amount of time, be it 1 month, be it 3 months, be it 4 months, you both have full camp. If you both had the same amount of time to prepare for the fight.
So Ilya and Gaethje would still have the same amount of time. Because it's a new opponent for both of them, and they would be getting the same amount of time to win.
Gaethje was preparing for a fight on March 8th. Ilya isn't.
Yeah, and if he took this fight a few days ago, we'd have been having
short notice for both of them.
But again, it goes back to what I was saying. But you don't think he's training? You think Ilya Taporia is sitting on the couch?
But he was training towards one specific opponent.
No, he ain't.
What you said earlier on. Who
Kenny.
I mean, Gaethje
I got a question for you, Kenny. I got a question for you, Kenny. I got a question for you. If you know you have a fight on a date, do you train any differently as opposed to when you don't have a fight booked?
Say that again.
If you know you have a fight on whatever the date is, do you train a certain way for that date, or as opposed to if you don't have a fight booked?
Yeah, you train a little bit different than if you obviously can't like to be in camp. You know, like camp is like grueling, so you can't really train like that. Like obviously you train all year round, but you can't. You have specific. It's different when you have a specific goal in your head, like, and you're training towards that. You know, your intensity is a bit more. It's different. Even your diet is different. Your whole schedule is different. You have to go to training. You know, you can take a few days off during the week. You can't do that in camp. So you do definitely train it different during camps. But like you were saying, like every fighter is different. Some people need a longer camp. Some people will fight better on like 5 weeks notice. Some people need a whole 3 months. You know, so it does vary fighter to fighter. So yeah, like it's different for everybody. You know, some people are more.
What's your average like training camp for specific fighter if you just had the fight booked?
Me personally, I'd be happy with like 6 weeks. Like the least, I'd be like, I would have no excuses taking a fight on like 6 weeks notice. But like again, like I was saying, like me personally, I don't like to like break down every little detail of like my opponents that I'm fighting. Like I just like looking at the few minor things, and then I focus on my own game. But I know other people are different. Like I said, like there's no like right way or wrong way to like gear towards a fight, because every fighter is different, everyone's style is different. So yeah, it does vary fighter to fighters, like as we're saying, like.
So Maddalena, like man said 6 weeks, and we're talking.
That's just me. That's just me.
Yeah. No. I was just gonna say. You said 6 weeks, and we're talking like with high stakes for a title fight in the UFC. These guys had like 2.5 months. They were building up the fight for that long. In my opinion, they both had a full camp. That's what I've
other people in the chat just said he got a full camp. Fair enough. I said I could be wrong. You know what I mean? But I thought it was like 8 weeks or something, which again, some people see a camp as 12 weeks.
I didn't hear no apology, bro.
You ain't getting an apology. I ain't apologizing to no man.
Oh my god! Hey, listen,
I would like to apologize.
Where you
nobody.
Hey, listen, where you mix up the English, the Scottish, the Irish all up together. That's what you get right there. Yeah, that's what you get right there.
Don't forget that Nigerian brother. Yeah.
Oh yeah. That too, my brother. Yeah, man. Big up everybody locked in with us right now. Over 100 of you watching live right now. Big up every single one of you. Big up everybody in the chat as well that's making the chat pop. Salute to you guys. We got another topic right here, and I'm gonna be going to KBD on this one first. Once the video is played, and then we'll get your take on it. Let's go.
Alex Pereira sparred with the rapper Action Bronson. Bronson posted the footage to his Instagram. He wrote, "Thank you to the legend Alex Pereira for letting me stand with him for 3 minutes. Thank you, brother Polino Cruz, for letting me train at his beautiful facility."
KBD, after watching that, how scared is Ankalaev now? Talk to me.
Well, I think everyone's been scared of Pereira, man. He's a motherfucker, man, isn't it? But the guy don't. I think the guy's defense was. I think the guy's defense was good in that. Like, he's obviously getting his body milked out of it, but No, I thought you done good. Like, but obviously, you can't really take anything from China. They're just moving around playing. But yes, man.
No, that's a wild one, man. Cross Pereira is your guy, and we know how much you roll for him. Hold on, he's still having connection problems. Let's see if he comes back. Emmanuel or Joe is in the back. Okay, Cross, as I was saying, Pereira's your guy. We know what he's done for the division and how he continues to move. He's got this fight getting ready for Ankalaev. Seeing him in that sparring situation there, a lot of people are saying, okay, like, what was the point of actually leaking that video with Action Bronson? That doesn't really say anything towards the fight. That is, people maybe were expecting to see like some kind of insight into how he's preparing for Ankalaev. But go to read the comments under that video there, and a lot of people are saying, hey, listen, Ankalaev ain't worried about none of this, and you ain't showing us nothing about how you're really gonna defend Ankalaev if he was to go towards that takedown. Say he's struggling with striking with him and he switches to grappling. He's not showing no insight to how he defends like a grappling situation with Ankalaev. What's your opinion on all of that?
Dude, Alex should absolutely not put out any footage showing what he's been working on. Don't give out anything at all, because at the end of the day, this is the fight everybody's been waiting on. This is the fight everybody's circled saying this is the guy that's going to end the reign of Alex Pereira.
Hey,
I get it. Like, I 100% understand. So, like, Alex, don't put anything out there. You get your work in, you prepare, and then we're gonna find out on March 8th.
Sterling, you agree with Cross?
100%, dog. I mean, what does he need to show us? Just him sprawling and like defending takedowns? I mean, that we all know what Ankalaev's going to do here, dog. If he stands up ahead, awesome. We're going to witness another dead body. But if he wants to make it an MMA fight, we might see the end up ahead. But what's popping, Emmanuel?
Oh, I'm having a nightmare right now. I can't even lie to you.
Glad to have you here, brother. We're glad to have you here, man. We're glad to have you here. Big up yourself, Emmanuel, man. No, he's here still. He's here. Yeah, you were saying something, Sterling. Sorry, before I cut you.
But yeah, no, brother. I mean, that's pretty much it. I mean, I don't know what everyone wants us to see. I think this is more just like a playful video. Action Bronson's been getting into MMA recently, sparring with guys like Cheeto and Luke Rockhold, and I think it's just more of him going out there to have fun with Pereira. Pereira's posting it because my man's viral all the fucking time, so he knows it's going to go somewhere with it. But yeah, I don't know what the people want, man. I don't want to see Pereira just posting wrestling cage against the fence and sprawling videos. You know what I'm saying? So I hope we see another dead body. Y'all know what it is over here. It's Chama all fucking day.
Hey, listen, I ain't trying to see no dead body over there over the boy.
Nah, we see dead bodies.
You know, I've been waiting around to see this fight, and I was thinking to myself, boy, they've been ducking this brother. They're ducking and diving, and they got nowhere else to go. Ankalaev is right here, right now, and he's gonna show everybody that this guy, they had good reasons to be swerving him. You know what I mean? That's what I'm thinking. That's what I'm hoping to see. Even if Pereira wins, I kind of want it to be the hardest fight he's ever had in the UFC, because so far. Yeah. He's not all real. He's not the playing.
Roundtree.
Whoa. All right, Roundtree. Are we just gonna forget the first Izzy fight, bro? He was down 3-1 in the 5th round.
Thank you.
Hold on.
Whoa.
Hey, listen. You see, this is what
I know what you're trying to say, though.
Not just as bad as Yao. You're just as bad as Yao.
I know what he's trying to say.
2-1 up going into the 4th, by the way.
Yeah, that's true.
So that was a really easy fight.
Mm-hmm. That's true, right? Not taking away, like, from my perspective, I think majority of his fights has been kind of a stylistic layup. Is what I'm trying to say. That's more what I'm trying to say than like easy fights.
That's because he made them look like layups when he get them in there, dude.
Come on.
Well, we're going to see with Ankalaev. That's what I'm hoping. That I just want to.
Hey, I agree with you though. I agree with you though. Hey, I agree 100%. I agree with you. We're gonna find out.
Giving them strikers, kind of. They've never given him anyone that's gonna really test his grappling and take him down. On the deck. But obviously, people have caused him a bit. We've seen him have trouble on the feet. But like that's his world, you know. So it's a different type of problem that he's gonna have to solve in this fight, like type of thing.
Well, let me just share this clip that Alex or somebody, I think he posted it to his Instagram and somebody put it onto Twitter. I'm not sure if he's in Montreal.
It's Connecticut.
Is it?
Yeah, it's Connecticut.
I just know there's lots of snow in Montreal where Leroy's at.
Who's this with Glover?
Yeah,
This is with Glover. Yeah. But they're also kind of fucking around in the snow.
But bro's training with Glover.
Is it like, fucking around though? Like
his grappling is going to be 12 level.
Yeah.
They're playing, but they're still working though.
Bro, they're barefoot out in the snow, bro. I don't know if I could be barefoot for this long out in the snow, grappling with that lover motherfucker. He's short. Look at this. This is wild. Look at this.
No jumper, no socks.
This is crazy.
No jumper, no socks.
Yeah, I mean, all my black brothers are in here. Even Maddalena.
Absolutely not. Absolutely not. My black ass ain't going out there, dog. No way.
Shaba, man.
No, this is wild. You know what? Fair play to him. Fair play to him to go out here and do this for this long. That's mad. All right, I got a newfound. I didn't even see this clip.
And that was just an 80-second clip. Like, think about how long they were actually doing that for. You know what I mean?
I got a little newfound respect for him, man. Actually doing that, man. You know what I mean? Welcome to Emmanuel Ojo, to the chat, to the panel. Salute to you, my bro. I know you said earlier on you had to get home from gym. You've been training all.
Yeah, I'm training. I pay my rent at the gym.
Yeah, man. Big up yourself, brother. You cut the topic that we were talking about in Alex Pereira and preparing for Ankalaev. And the preparation, as we just seen, with someone with Action Bronson, and we just been blessed by Maddalena with that one that we saw him in the snow. I mean, what's your whole take on the whole Pereira situation? And
did you say Action Bronson?
Yeah.
What, the rapper?
Yeah, the rapper.
Yeah, yeah.
Isn't he like 300+ pounds? What's he doing?
Bro.
I mean, come on. Come on,
hey,
brother.
He was lighting Pereira up, bro. He was lighting Pereira up.
Hey,
you know what I mean,
hey,
did he look good? I didn't see the clip.
Run that clip, Ola. Run that clip.
You want to see the clip again? All right,
yes,
let me run the clip. Yeah, I'll run it again for you. Let's go.
Alex Pereira sparred with the rapper Action Bronson. Bronson posted the footage to his Instagram. He wrote, "Thank you to the legend Alex Pereira for letting me stand with him for 3 minutes. Thank you, brother Polino Cruz, for letting me train at his beautiful facility."
He's got a nice high guard.
He got in the pocket with him too. He got in the pocket with him, man.
Shit. Let's not lie. Did you see how slow Pereira was throwing those shots at him?
Yeah.
He was playing with him, man. Yeah. Respect to him for having the balls. I would never spar Pereira. Not for the next. Yeah, I ain't sparring Pereira. Nothing. There's nothing you can sell me on sparring Pereira. So yeah, I respect his bravery, man.
Yeah. So what's your whole like take on where you leaning to between obviously him and Ankalaev for the fight that's booked between both of them that's coming up?
I'm still with Pereira. Pereira's gonna knock his ass out, bro. Pereira's gonna knock him out. There's no way. I don't see him Ankalaev taking him down. And I think what's gonna hurt him more is
he thinks Ankalaev might try to take him down. which is why we saw what we saw going on in the snow.
Yeah, but Ankalaev's been talking like he's gonna stand with him. Like in like past interviews, he's been like, yeah, I'm willing to trade with him. And if he's got,
we're gonna see a dead body.
Nah, it'll be silly for him to stand and I look, for me, the way I'm looking at it, I expect him to make to do it for a certain amount of time. But when you start to see that this brother is way superior, like you gotta go to that back pocket ace that you got in grappling and utilize that. That's how I'm saying it. Now, if he's dumb enough throughout the duration of the fight and the fight IQ doesn't kick in, that Pereira is actually absolutely lighting me up here, and I'm not switching to grappling or something else that I know that I can use to try and distort the fight and try and buy me some time or try and win back in front of the judges, because I don't know what happened there.
What just happened?
I have no idea what happened there. That might
what
be
the fuck?
That might be StreamYard. But we all know that fighting is not just fighting. Fighting is also like acting in front of the judges. You know what I mean? You still got to convince, especially if the fight's gonna go the distance. You still got to convince the judge in some way that you're winning the fight. And one of the ways to do that is utilizing the grappling, getting control, doing damage, and take it that way. But if Ankalaev doesn't go that way with Pereira, then boy, he's dead to me, bro. You know what I mean?
Ola.
I think that's why I shoot immediately.
Ola, Ankalaev has 0 submission wins on his resume, and he averages less than 1 takedown per 15 minutes.
Yeah, that's because he wins with the striking.
Yeah, but
a lot of the time.
He's
near enough all the time.
He's also got a point to prove. Like Dana White's been calling him out for not having exciting fights for a long time.
Bingo.
So he's going to try and stand and bang. Like he really is.
Better not feed to that way.
I know, man.
Bro, he better not listen to Dana. Dana would say, "Don't listen to me. What the fuck do I know?" You know what I mean? Like I'm just a promoter. That's what Dana would say. You need to go in there and fight your fight. Don't fucking listen to me.
He needs to stink up the joint, dive at his legs from the first second, or pin him against the cage. And just do that for 3 rounds, make him tired, lean on him. That's all he needs to do. If he lets his ego win, he's dead.
Bro, you can't listen to Dana going into a fight with fucking
bro. He's gonna listen to Dana, Ola. He's gonna listen to Dana, Ola.
Always conflicting right now, bro.
He don't want to. Bro, he don't want to be the next Belal. Nobody likes Belal at champ, not even Dana. He don't want to be that guy. If he wants to beat the header, he wants to go out there and try to spark this dude.
Bro, anyways.
He's going to die. Don't get me wrong. We're going to see a dead body. We're going to see a dead Russian body on the fucking octagon. But we just got to accept that.
This is wild. This is wild, man. This is crazy. All right. Okay. Let's go to the next topic, people. Salute to every single one of you that's been locked in with us. Big love. This one here, I wanted to come to Maddalena first on this one here. When the video is done, we'll get your take, Maddalena. Let's go.
Henry Cejudo stands by his decision to inform officials that he was seeing double at UFC Seattle, which led to the fight being stopped and Song YaDong winning via technical decision. Cejudo stated that he has no regrets, emphasizing that he would rather take a loss than risk a knockout. He acknowledged that if he had chosen to continue, a knockout was a very real possibility.
No, but honestly, Kamaru, I don't regret my decision. I don't regret my decision of even though it's going to be counted as a loss in my record. I don't, because I wanted to give myself that shot, dude. So even when there's that minute and 16 seconds, I was like, hey man, I'm gonna ride this thing out, and then I'm gonna get another minute, and then hopefully everything comes back, and then I'm gonna go straight Marlon Mariah style on this dude in the 4th and 5th round, because then I would know that one of those 3 rounds, obviously because I ran, that round was his, but I had to, and I would have to really man up on the 4th and 5th round, and I knew that. That's a competitor in me, and I was really calm and relaxed, dude. Like it's not like I could have acted out. I couldn't really use my acting skills, but that wasn't the point. You know, the point was for me to be composed and go back out there and try to win the fight. But when I knew that I gave this dude a 5-minute break, and the fact that he was coming back, I'm just like, dude. And then I'm seeing double of Song, dude. It just wasn't it wasn't going to be fair to me, dude. Something's like, dude, I'm not. I can take an L, dude. I'm not going to take a knockout.
Yeah.
I can't see.
Well,
I mean, or I could see, but I'm seeing too much. I'm seeing too many of him, and that was. It's like think of like when for all you fans who are watching, like think of a computer that when it's glitchy or whatnot. You know what I'm saying? Or you see like two screens or whatever. You know what I'm saying? That's kind of how it feels, and it's crazy. It's a crazy feeling, man, to say the least.
Yo, back then, man said he can't see. Then he said he was seeing too much. Like, bro, I don't know what was going on there, man. We all saw the fight back then. I mean, even Stevie Wonder could see that Cejudo was taking the fucking piss, bruv. You know what I mean? Even Stevie Wonder could see that Cejudo was taking a piss. But what's your take on all these things? Because we did see Herzog did come out and say if he saw the eye poke properly, he probably would have taken a point. Which really and truly, they should have VAR in the UFC.
I knew this was coming, bro. I knew this was coming. I messaged my cousin after it. He's like, "What's all this about?" And I was like, "He's basically saying he wants VAR in the UFC." And he was like, "What?"
You have VAR in the UFC, bro.
That's it.
Talk to me back then.
Let's go to the screen. Let's go to the screen and check it out.
I will retire now.
Imagine,
UFC.
Not even just in the UFC. Imagine that in MMA in general. Like, imagine like halfway through a round, we're stopping that. We're going to the screen, boys. We're going to have a look at this. Like, did he kick him in the nuts? Oh, he kicked him in the nuts. 1 point. Yeah, I mean, like, fucking wild. This image says everything you need to know. Why is that brother smiling? Sitting?
He said he was seeing too much.
This motherfucker, dog.
Like, bro, what is that? You know what I mean? Don't get me wrong. Don't get me wrong, boys. Don't get me wrong, boys. Eye pokes are fucking brutal. Like, my 3-year-old poked me in the eye the other week, and my eye looked worse than Cejudo's. And all we were doing was reading a book under a blanket, and she was like, "Boof!"
Yeah.
And that whole thing was just minging. You know what I mean? Like, but eye pokes are serious when the finger goes in deep enough. Like, it can affect them. You know what I mean? But at the same time, he played into that, and it just seemed weird at the end of the round. The whole like, well, they've gone 3 rounds of a 5-round fight. We're going to a decision. Nah, that should have just been called off in Song Yadong's fight, in my opinion. I thought maybe if it was at the 4th round going into the 5th, we could look at going to the judges and seeing where it was going from there. But I don't know, man. Like, he even put a clip out where he was talking to Jason Herzog as well, and Herzog saying, "Look, if I seen it, like I seen it after the fact, if I'd seen it the way that I seen it there, then yeah, I probably would have taken a point." You know what I mean? Because there was the nut shot, then there was the eye poke, and then whatever. But you also need to remember they're human; they're only seeing what they see. At that moment in time too. So it's a funny one. Yeah, I mean, maybe he was seeing 4. Yeah, the fight's compromised, but in that case, you're throwing in the towel, bro. It's not let's take it to the judges and see where we're going. The fight was starting to get a little bit interesting as it was going into those rounds as well. Yeah, I mean, they were both having success, and it would have been interesting to see where it went for the rest of the fight.
Yeah, bro. And I was gonna ask Kenny. My bad, Ola.
No, yeah.
I was gonna ask Kenny and Emmanuel, bro. Like, what would y'all? Because, bro, look, I'm an amateur. If I get poked in the eye, I'm going home. I'm not getting paid for this shit. I'm gonna get up out of there. I'm not going blind for a free fight. But if y'all were in this situation, what are y'all doing there? Like, do y'all think you played it out too much, or would y'all try to come back in a little bit quicker, or like, what would you have done?
Let's go to Emmanuel first.
I can't see good most of the time anyway. So
that's brilliant. That's a brilliant answer.
His special move is hit and hope.
So you don't need to keep his chopsticks on the table.
But you know, let me not even say anything. Let me not even say anything because people might be watching. But yeah, I can't see good most of the time.
If it's the same as me, brother, I got a lazy right eye, and it's the connection between the brain and the eye, and everything's blurry as shit. But
yeah, my right is a mess,
bro.
It's crazy. It's crazy. Kenny, like Sterling was just asking, like, you know, did you think Cejudo took the piece though? Like, do you think? Obviously, he was talking about his retina. For one time, he couldn't see, things were blurry. Then he thought he was seeing too much. 2-3 people at the same time. I mean, Dana didn't seem happy with him in the press conference. He was pissed off. He said he wasn't going to give him a rematch. And on top of that, we see the reaction of Song YaDong, you know, in the way the fight finished. Even though they gave him the win, he wasn't really happy with the way the fight ended. And as a fighter yourself, you don't really want a fight that you prepared 6 weeks, 3 months for to end in that manner. Especially if you're thinking you want to put an emphatic sort of finish to this fight, or you're trying to reach a milestone of getting to 5 rounds. Whatever your target is for going to that fight, Song YaDong didn't come across to me that he realized what his target, what is actually looking to get out of the fight in that fight. What's your take on that as a fighter? How does it put you guys down in a way where it's just hard to get back on the horse, so to say?
Yeah, actually, I'm not like realistically. He's the only one that knows, but it doesn't even sound like he knows too much. Like, and I know when you fight, like, you kind of have a blurred, like, you can't remember too much of it, like on adrenaline type of thing. So I feel like he doesn't really know like what he was really thinking in that situation. But yeah, obviously, I don't know, man. It's hard to say. Only he knows, because eye pokes are worse than other eye pokes as well. So it's hard to say. But that picture of him smiling is a bit mad, don't it? It's a bit mad.
Well, he was doing high five to everyone, man. Like, he was. But in my mind, I was thinking to myself, Cejudo's playing to his character here. Cross, correct me if I'm wrong. We know Cejudo is the king of cringe, and he embraces that side of what we saw in him taking all of 5 minutes in the way that he took it, right? And it was cringy as fuck to watch. It was bad, but in a way I was loving it. I was saying, this boy is in character. He's right at home. He's right at home here, Cross.
Yeah.
Right? I mean, talk to me, man. What do you think of this whole Cejudo thing, and begging Dana for a rematch and telling him to reconsider as well, because he heard Dana said no, not on your Nelly, are you getting a fucking rematch?
I mean, honestly, all the way around, it's a tough situation, because I mean, at the end of the day, like, none of us know if he actually could see or not, or if he was seeing 2 Song YaDongs out there. I think if any fighter is out there and y'all can't see,
you ever seen 2 dongs, brother?
Nah, I just got that master dong, my boy.
I'm done. End the stream, Leroy. End the stream, man.
But on top of it, like, and then another side of it, nobody's really touched on. What if Herzog took a point right there, and then they go to the scorecards, and now Henry Cejudo gets the win? You know what I mean? Like, there's so many different elements into it that this could have went, and I don't think there was any right way to go about it. Honestly, I think whatever would have happened, there would have been controversy, and that's just the reality of it.
Yeah, I mean, Leroy is just saying, who needs 2 eyes? Who needs 2 eyes? You know what I mean? Bisping one middleweight title with 1 eye. Who the fuck needs 2 eyes?
Yeah, so that's a bit different, because his eye wasn't. It's different when he won it. Like, his eye wasn't burning in the moment. Like, you get me? It's different when, like, you just got your
eye was already dead.
Yeah, his eye was dead a long time. You know.
That's a good point.
You know,
that's a good point, dog.
Like, Cejudo's eyes was sizzling up. Like, you get me? They weren't fully cooked yet.
Hey.
Oh. Come in with the I mean, it was dead,
I see that brother pull out the thing, man, like a blood clot pirate.
When we pull eyes turn dead.
That shit's nasty.
Oh my days! No, it's crazy, man. It's crazy.
Oh man!
Yeah,
shout out Bisping, man, legend.
No, Bisping is is one of the best to ever do that crazy talking that he does, man. But another brother that's doing a whole heap of talking, and I'm gonna come to Cross on this one when we come back here after this brother does a whole heap of talking. But let's hear it. Let's go.
The UFC hosted a press conference for UFC 315 today, where Belal Muhammad confidently stated that he's not concerned about Jack Della Maddalena's striking. He claimed he plans to beat him and make it look as easy as his win over Leon Edwards. In response, JDM fired back. reminding Belal that while he may have controlled most of the fight, the final 30 seconds saw Leon on top, ground and pounding him.
Will I be able to be standing? No. Will he be able to be keeping up with my boxing? I have the best striker in the welterweight division. I'm the best grappler. I'm the best wrestler. I'm the best fighter. You've seen it. Leon Edwards, he was the next one up. He was the GOAT. He knocked out Kamaru Usman, and I made it look easy. I'm going to make it look easy May 10th. People are just going to keep doubting me, and I'm just going to keep breaking those barriers. I'm going to keep showing you guys I'm the best fighter in the world. He's coming out of the kiddie pool, and he's going straight into the deep end of the ocean. This is going to be a bad night for him. And you guys are going to see it May 10th.
Easy up until the last 30 seconds, and then it wasn't so easy, but we'll see what happens.
Hey, Cross, number one, since when did anybody refer to Leon Edwards as the GOAT? I never heard it before, but this is sounding to me like Belal is calling Edwards the GOAT because he beat Edwards, and he wants to say he beat a GOAT, right? Because I ain't never heard nobody refer to Edwards as no GOAT. Maybe Usman on the way to trying to beat Edwards and equaling GSP's record, that would have put Usman there. But because, I don't know, but this whole thing with Belal, right, and the way he's going at all these fighters, but the one guy that wants to come up there and fight him, he's saying he's ready to vacate the division about it. And we talked about that last week. But this one here with JDM, right? How do you think that pans out between these two fighters? And do you think JDM has a real chance of getting the win against Belal?
So first off, I think both guys have a very clear path to victory. JDM's last fight against Gilbert Burns, JDM was losing that fight until he landed that knee. Like, Gilbert Burns was wrestling him, controlling him, all that good stuff. And then we also saw it in JDM's fight with Basil Hafez that you can definitely wrestle him and control him. But on the flip side, JDM's boxing is elite. Like, he's one of the best boxers in the UFC. And he can definitely win the fight if he can piece up Belal. So it's going to be an incredible match of styles to see what style wins out.
Okay, Emmanuel, let me come to you on Belal. I mean, I don't know whether you care for Belal that much.
I don't stand. I can't stand him.
That's why I'm coming to.
I
know you don't care for Belal like that, man. You know what I mean? That's talk your shit, man. You just see what happened there. We see the clip there, and we know how much Belal has been talking. Please talk.
He'll talk all his stuff, and then he'll just stink the place out for 25 minutes. And then you'll be looking at your bank balance thinking, why did I spend money on this pay-per-view? Why the hell did I watch this shit? I can't stand the guy, man. He ain't going to stand with JDM. No way. If he's clever, he ain't going to stand with JDM. He'll get himself knocked out.
But does he beat JDM, though?
I don't know. It'll be close, you know. It'll actually be close. Like, he'll steal rounds. He'll try and cuddle him and grab him up and pin him down and all that boring stuff. Because it's ground and pound. I don't rate it either. So it's like, do you know what I mean? So he'll just steal minutes and steal rounds. But if JDM doesn't get tired, I reckon he can knock him out. Whether it's first round, any round, to be honest. Like, his boxing's crisp. And he can put you out as well. Like, he's got power as well. Like, yeah, I like his striking. I like JDM striking. I hope he wins.
KBD, we've heard what Emmanuel had to say there on Belal. Like, what do you think of Belal, by the way, as a champion? The way, obviously, it's come over, had that fight with Leon Edwards, and pretty much dominated him. We saw the fight, we saw how it ended. But he's fighting JDM now. But he's talking a lot of madness in between. But what's your whole take on Belal himself as a champion?
Yeah, like, obviously his start is very effective as we've seen. Obviously, he's not the most exciting champion. I don't think Leon Edwards was the most exciting champion either, but obviously he's more marketable than Belal. But yeah, I think Belal gets a bad rap in it. I think it's just because he's a bit boring and his personality isn't like what we want. Like, but yeah, that's his style, isn't it? Like, I don't know, like, it's up to them man to stop it, innit? What?
Okay.
I don't know.
No. Continue. You was going to say something.
Yeah, it's just up to someone to stop his style. Obviously, Leon Edwards didn't have like he's a born champion, but I feel like Leon as well wasn't the most exciting either. So I feel like it will take someone like to drag a fight out of him. You know what I'm trying to say?
Yeah, man.
Maybe Gilbert Burns or something like that, or there's people there's people in the division that I feel like can drag a fight. Like I remember Colby Covington has like a kind of similar kind of style, like as well, like kind of boring style. But he's had entertaining fights, and it just took the right matchmaking to bring it out of him. So maybe just give Belal time, and we could see like good fights, with the right matches.
Okay, McDane, your champion. We're talking about your champion here in Belal. He's literally he's poking the MMA world. He's running at the champions. He's running at former champions. He's talking trash. And sometimes, like I always say, when you're the champion, you gotta throw that side of you that either everybody's gonna hate you or people are gonna like you, but they gotta have one reason to come and watch your fight. And I think Belal is doing that pretty well, because regardless, people are talking about him every week, whether you can stand him or not. And as a champion, that's what you really need to get paid by the UFC, because you need them eyeballs to come and watch your fight, at least to come and watch you lose, if anything. Do you think what Belal's playing the game right, in the right way?
Yeah, like you say, he's playing the way not many people like Belal at the end of the day. And especially with all the smack that he's talking now. I mean, the dude follows me on Twitter. I think he's all right.
He's good. He's good with McDane. McDane out here fighting for Belal.
He's about to run us through his roster.
It was like me and 5 other dudes that remembered his name, and we got the follow on Twitter. But now I'm not 100% behind all the smack talk that he's coming out with now. But at the same time, like when you are the champion, fair fox, man. Like you've earned it. Go up there and fucking talk your shit. Do what you got to do. But like Kenny was saying, it's just going to take the right matchup for somebody to just take out that style that he's got. Like Emmanuel was saying, he's a point fighter. He's going to take you the 5 rounds. He's going to take the bits where he can take them. Yeah, I mean, if he can get you down to the ground and hold you there, put a little bit of damage on you. It's not the crispiest of ground and pound that you're going to see. It's not the heaviest strikes you're going to see, but he gets the points done. Yeah, I mean, he's smart in the sense of he knows how to win a fight, but at the same time, it's not the most exciting. Even going back to Kenny, when you think about Leon, striking, great. Personality, character, not so great on the camera. He's very soft spoken. He gives some shit from time to time, but he's not as quick off the bat with some of the comebacks and things like that. And it is, when you see him in a press conference, it is slightly boring from what you'd see from an entertainment value fan perspective. Yeah, I mean, so I think Belal was kind of getting a bit of a better hang of that than what other people is, but it is just going to take that right partner to crush the style and just stop him from trying to take them points.
Yeah, man, 100%. Starling, did you want to add to the Belal topic? You got something on there?
He's just boring as fuck, man. Like I don't like. I respect wrestling, bro, but like you got to Khabib a motherfucker. If you're gonna go out there and dry hump somebody with boxers on for 5 rounds, I can't fuck with you as a human being. And then you want to get online and trash talk these dudes. It's hard for me to fucking like this dude. Bro, you hump dudes with boxers on. And I get you knocked out Sean Brady 4 years ago. I get it. Congratulations, mate. We haven't done shit since, though. He hasn't done absolutely shit since then. And like Emmanuel said, we know what's going to happen. He's going to hump JDM's leg for 5 rounds unless JDM can get off of him. And then at the beginning of the round, JDM needs to come out, box this motherfucker up. Because don't forget, boys, he's got Canelo-esque striking. Don't not fucking forget that.
Imagine when he said that rubbish.
Come on, dog. Come on, Emmanuel. You know what I'm saying? Come on, dog. Even, bro, you can't say shit like that and like fake believe that. That's insane. That's insane.
Hey, I'm gonna be honest though. it's definitely smart on Belal's part to say things like this because it gets people talking about him, and we're all going, and people are going to tune in because they want to see him lose, they want to see him look bad. So I mean, for him, hey, it's going to put money in his pocket.
Right. He's playing the game perfectly.
Absolutely.
That's what I think. Shout out to every single one of you. We've come to the last video there, but before we go, I wanted to come to Kenny KBD on his news. But first, just a quick run, quick look back at your last fight, going into the fight. Obviously, it was kind of like a last minute fight as well for you to get on. And obviously, you weren't even in the right sort of conditions. You were working and being out of the cage for a minute. But looking at that fight, I thought you held your own, considering the opponent that you had. But what's your take once the dust is settled down in your mind and you've had a chance to reflect on how the whole fight panned out and what you took from the fight going forward?
Yeah, so me and my coach Dave Roach, we worked on the game plan for that fight, and the game plan is because we knew we didn't have enough time. Like we knew he has far superior wrestler than me, so our plan was to obviously on the feet to keep range and not to get into a wrestling exchanges with him. If we get taken down, we expected to get taken down. We're going to work off our back, and I think we thought we would. If we're going to get back up to our feet, it wouldn't just be stand up. It will be to use jiu-jitsu against his wrestling. But obviously, his submission defense, we underestimated his submission defense, and he was very good. I have no excuses. I feel like I was on my game. I feel like my fitness is the fittest I've ever been, and his wrestling was just superior as you could see, and I didn't use great footwork. I smothered my punches and gave him easy takedowns, and that was just the story of the fight. Like,
I mean, like obviously knowing what you know now, say the promotion was to grant you some kind of rematch or give you more time to prepare and stuff like that. I mean, what sort of maybe different sort of tweaks would you make to maybe give yourself a better chance of getting a W against a fighter like that?
Yeah, so like I said, my game plan was obviously we knew we were going to get taken down, so we were just going to try to show up submissions and we knew he would like just kind of try and hold on to us kind of, so we would think we'd just try to land elbows if we could, and I was trying to talk to him to get him to advanced position as well. I wasn't just talking to him just to have a conversation. I was trying to get him to advanced position, put pressure on him to make move, or maybe the ref to stand it up as well. Because his grappling, I tried. It looked like I wasn't trying to get up, but I was trying. But so, yeah, and I wanted the ref to maybe help me out here. You know what I mean? Because where his grips and where he was keeping his weight and his body and stuff. So get back to my feet. And looking back now, yeah, obviously I really rushed. I rushed in. I didn't keep my punches long. I could have used better footwork, but it's just all lessons. And like I said, I have no excuses. I feel like it's going to take me a while to catch up to that level of wrestling, especially the Dagestani wrestling. They know how to just shut down submissions and just be very. He doesn't posture up or nothing. He just does very good at keeping position. And like you said, like Khabib, is very good at ground and pound and smashing people, but most of them don't have that. They're very good at just keeping position, staying tight, and then they kind of just look for you to just give up and that.
I was gonna ask you how because I see him do this zip tie move on you still. How hard is that to get out of? Like, what's the type in that figure 4 zip tie thing?
Like the Dagestani handcuff for it.
Yeah. No.
No, with the legs. With the legs.
Oh, with the leg.
Yeah.
I feel I got out of that a few times. Like he didn't keep me in there long in that position. Like we have like I remember John Kavanagh showed us the escape to that. So
when I escaped that, it was just onto another thing. He had my back or he had something else. So he's good chain wrestling, like so. Yeah, like I said, they offered me that fight again. I know I just have to knock him out to win because I don't think I would have submitted him. He was very glued onto every submission that I went for. I tried leg locks. And he made me look like I can't grapple, but I know I'm like a high level. I tap black belts all the time in the gym, and fucking I know I'm very high level on the ground. And he made me look very very average, and that's a credit to his grappling. Like I have no excuses. Like I said,
Must just be the pressure just closing down that space, so you can't even get the movement to try and get to a submission. And when you do, he's already feeling that you're going for it, and he's like a step ahead, going right. That's where he's moving.
Yeah, and that type of style, they're very anti jiu-jitsu, so they know how to shut down jiu-jitsu style. So even the elbows, and he was keeping his head in positions where it was hard to land the elbows and things like that. So
elbows hadn't long been introduced to the PFL at that point as well, had they?
Yeah, so like I caught him with a knee. It was on the feet, but as soon as I was in like punching range or like knee in range, like it was very easy for him to get the takedown, and I almost made it too easy for him. Like so, like if I was gonna fight him again, like I would say to myself, prevention is better than the cure. Like not getting to the ground, you have to not get to the ground at all. You know, like you seen Paul Hughes, he was very patient, and he didn't rush anything. He knew his shots would come. He kept good range and that. He kept his good footwork. Like he knew that he started off slow at the start, but he knew he was patient. He didn't give Usman opportunities to get takedowns, and he made it very hard for him to shoot. Like so, I feel like the first round against the Dagestanis is very important. You can't let them get the first takedown. The first round is very big for they grow in confidence. So if they get a takedown, you'll see them shoot more and more and more. So you've seen Usman shoot less and less and less as the rounds went on in the Paul Hughes fight. And I feel like I took a lot from that fight as well. And it showed me that I'm not elite yet, but just a few tweaks on it. I feel like I will be. So just that elite level. There's a few things there that are small, minor things, but they make a big difference, and that will help you stay on the feet for much longer and have more success.
No, big up to you though, Kenny, man, because I feel like in the sport that that you guys are in, the sport that you operate in, you have to be honest with yourself and you have to be candid with yourself, man. And you definitely did that tonight, right now, as you're speaking to us. So big up for that one there. McDane, do you guys, not just McDane, but do any of you guys got question for Kenny in and around signing his new deal with Cage Warriors as well, and the upcoming,
I said it when you first joined, man. Congratulations on the signing with Cage Warriors there. So
thank you, bro.
New promotion for you jumping in. So did you have a fight announced from that one, or?
Yeah, so I'm fighting Matthew Elliott. He's from FAI in Belfast, another Irish fighter. So I'll be fighting him on the 26th of April in Cage Warriors Dublin on the RDS. If you're watching in Dublin, the ticket links are in my bio to Ticketmaster. And yeah, we have history. We were supposed to fight each other many years ago. There's a bit of beef there as well. I don't really like this guy. I don't think he likes me. Very disrespectful guy. Like I know I'm disrespectful, but I think this guy's an asshole. I think he's more disrespectful than me, man. But yeah, and it's gonna be very satisfactory to fucking fuck him up, man.
So, right, so on the back of that, then, mate, the question would be, how are you going to handle that emotion when you're getting in there? You don't like him already. You know you're both going to be disrespectful to each other. How are you going to manage that expectation of yourself walking in there and not letting that control what you're going to do and take over your game plan?
Yeah, like obviously, I can't just go in there swinging like haymakers and stuff like that. Like it's not going to work. I feel like obviously we train every day, so you fight to you don't, like they say, you don't fight to the level of your expectation. You fall to the level of your training. So like I'm just training every day, drilling every day. So it's like muscle memory to me. Like I can't really fight emotional. Like and this is my 27th fight, amateur and pro. So Like I'm a veteran, and I know I'm a technical fighter, and like I've lost my last two, so I'm not gonna be just throwing away like stupid things. Like I know I'm gonna be smart in there, and being smart and calculated, and then I will celebrate like at the end. Like I'll be professional and celebrate at the end when I win. So that'll be more satisfactory than going in there angry and throwing the game plan out the window. So.
Like they say in this thing, mate, you don't lose, you learn. Yeah, I mean, it's one of those like you take away your things from it, and you go and you work on them in the gym, and you go back in and do it again. So moving out of your last fight, obviously completely different stylistic matchup. But is there anything that you would take from that fight going into this one? Are you going to take that Dagestani pressure with you?
No, obviously, I've learned more with my last fight than I have in any of my other pro fights. 100%. Like, yeah, like I've learned. Like, obviously, I'm finding a different stylistic matchup, but obviously, I can take a few things. Like, obviously, I've only fought a couple of weeks ago, so I feel like I don't feel like previous to that I was very inactive, 18 months out of the cage, so. Yeah, like I'm gonna be massively more active. Like you see, obviously, like you just watch football. Like it's not good sitting on the bench. You know what I mean? So
yes,
the more you play, the more your rhythm is gonna come back. And yeah, like I feel like I'm gonna smash this guy. He's a different opponent, so it will be a different game plan. He's a wrestler as well, but he's a different style of wrestling. And I feel like yeah, I'll beat him everywhere. Like and I don't even think that I'll get to the ground, but we shall see.
I got a question for you.
Yeah.
So when you're going into a fight like that, are you mentally thinking about more so what you're gonna do and implementing your game plan, or is it more defensive where it's kind of like, all right, I have to be aware of this and that and this and that, or how do you juggle that if that makes sense?
Yeah, so your game plan, like well, me personally, my game plan is based around what he's gonna do, but I'm not really thinking about what he's gonna do. I'm just thinking about my game plan. But my game plan is based on him, but it's more thinking about me. Um, I'm not fully focused on him. I'm focused on myself. If that makes sense. So it is a bit of it is a mix of both. Like if you get what I'm trying to say.
Okay, and then just to go off that, what happened? Obviously, you go in there with the plan, and then the fight starts. And let's say something happens that you weren't expecting, or something like that. Like, what plays around in your mind in like moments like that?
Yeah, so as you're leading up to the fight, like I always think of moments that I think about like if I'm rocked or something, or think about how I'll have to work back. I think about every situation, even if someone's a striker. I think if someone, they might take me down. Like you have to be ready for everything, and like I imagine like myself might cut open, or like I like visualize all of these things. So like I'm in the moment, and nothing shocks me. So like there's only so much you can do, like throw a wheel kick or throw. There's nothing like I train for everything, so I train different style of fighters every day. So like I'm ready for every single thing, but obviously we'll do what we think he's gonna do, and if that doesn't work, like I've seen everything 100 million times. Like if he wants to show us something else, so we're not too worried about any of that. I'm a veteran at this stage. Like I've had many fights, so um yeah, it's just another day in the office for me.
Cool.
A question there on the screen from Matua. Big up Matua, long time follower of the channel. He's asking if Kenny has a recovery protocol after a fight.
Yeah, not really. It depends how the fight goes. So I don't know how I feel. Like I don't know how I feel after the fight. Maybe I have, or maybe I'm banged up. Maybe I don't feel anything. So I just go with the flow. It depends how I feel. Like if like my last fight, the camp was so grueling, my back was sore and all. So I said to myself, "Here, look, I'm gonna take like 2 weeks off and shit." Like, but I came back the same week, like, cause I just felt like coming back to the gym. So I just like I felt like my head was gone and all. So it's like, let me just go back to the gym. So just day by day, like I'll see how I feel after the fight. And there's no like specific. You just listen to your body. Like if you're sore, you're sore. If you feel good, you feel good, and you go to the gym. You know.
Yeah, 100%. Sterling, you got something for Kenny before we go to Emmanuel, because Emmanuel has also got a fight coming up as well. But I just wanted to, if you guys got your questions in for Kenny, you got one for Kenny?
Well, the boys pretty much answered it all. I mean, you pretty much answered a lot of the shit, Kenny. You've been talking too, dog. My man's been spitting wisdom. Spitting fucking wisdom.
Like game, man.
I love it. I love it. I guess outside the cage question, what's it like training at SBG and with John Kavanaugh?
Yeah, John's obviously, he's like, when you ask him something about like MMA, he's like Google, like, you know, something that you're confused on, like you're in some mad position that you never seen before. He'll just tell you something so simple, like, and you're like, oh shit, yeah, you know what I mean? It's like, that's just. And like he just answer it like it was nothing, like. So having him around me is like it's really good. Like obviously I have Dave Roach as my other main coach who I listen to as well. He's more he's more emotional with it. Like I feel like John doesn't show too much emotion with his style of coaching, but Dave he shows a lot of emotion. So it's good having both of them. They're so different to each other. It's good having two different styles of coach, and Dave and John is my two main coaches, and obviously the team at SBG. It's we have lots of fighters. We have fighters in the UFC, PFL, Octagon, all over the world. Fighters like Brad Katona, Kiefer Crosby. We have Conor McGregor. So many fighters coming out of the gym. Obviously, Kieran Clarkson. There's too many, man. We've obviously seen Johnny Walker's, and so good being around that type of them type of successful athletes and all. It's obviously inspiring, and obviously gives me belief and confidence to go there myself and do the job, and obviously make my team proud as well. Obviously as well. Sorry, I know I'm just shitting on about as well. SPG's back in Cage Warriors as well. Obviously I don't know if you've heard about the back and forth, the beef and stuff like that, but obviously the beef is squashed now. I'm happy that I'm the first. Like I think I'm the first. I don't know if I'm the first like in 10 years or something, the first SPG fighter in 10 years to be back in Cage Warriors. Obviously the featherweight division has a big lineage of fighters like Paul Hughes, Conor McGregor and things have held the featherweight strap and stuff like that. So I'm excited to be the first one back here, and I feel like I'm within a few fights I could definitely fight for the belt. Within 2-3 fights I can fight for the belt by the end of this year. Like I'll be knocking on that door. And man, I'm excited, man. Excited.
Bro just stole my next question right out of my mouth. You know what I mean? Well, how did those negotiations go with Cage Warriors, considering the relationship between SPG and Cage Warriors that we've seen in the past? You know what I mean? But what other thing? And again, if you don't want to talk on it, it's cool. But was there anything from PFL before you decided I'm going to sign with Cage Warriors and you had talks?
Like honestly,
what's on the table?
Yeah. So obviously it was a really really hard decision. To take a multi-fight deal with Cage Warriors. Obviously, before my last fight, I signed a multi-fight deal with PFL, and basically they don't have lots of shows this year. They don't know what's going on. They said, "Here, look, we can't promise you." When the dust settled after my last fight, we're like, "What's going on? What's next and stuff?" We get Kenny back in. They're like, we don't know when we can get him in. It could be 3 months, it could be 18 months, you know what I mean? So we can't really honor his contract. So we got the release. And then the next step was like, what do we do next? Obviously, me and Dave were talking. He was like, do you want to wait around for PFL? Or like you can go Cage Warriors. Obviously the money's going to be way significantly less. Like my last fight on my current contract now, I lost the fight. Obviously, you know, it goes like you have your show money and you have your win money. I just got my show money obviously last time. So even me making my show money, I'd have to fight like 10 Cage Warriors fights just to get that show money, you know. So it was a really difficult decision because we really believe that PFL will come back, but we just don't know if it's like going to be in 18 months or so. So putting money aside, the best decision for my career is for me to get activity, to get my career back on track like I was on my when I was 5-0. So we want to get back there. Like we feel like in the next 18 months I could have the fucking Cage Warrior strap on my shoulders, and I can be 10-2 in that time frame. So it's obviously building my fan base as well, and UK and Ireland market. The UFC respect when you fight in the UK and Ireland more if you fight in like you fight in Poland for like good money in there, and the UFC will gravitate more to the UK and Ireland scene. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So obviously Cage Warriors is a big show, and money aside, it made perfect sense for my career to get it back on track, and that was the decision we came to, like best decision for my career.
Yeah, 100%.
Yeah,
I mean,
man. They'll be on UFC fight pass as well, you know what I mean?
Yeah,
UFC fight pass. So yeah, man. You were saying something, Magden?
I was saying at least his bridges aren't burnt with PFL as well. You know what I mean? It was like,
yeah. So
saying, we can't do this, you can't do that. You need to do what's right for you at the end of the day.
Yeah, I need to shout out my manager. He works for Showtime Sports. I'm with Showtime Sports. Lewis Simpson, man. He's done this. He's the one that got this deal done. So he deserves a lot of credit. Me and Dave were just on the outside talking to him. He's got the deal done. There's no beef there. We asked about them questions, like, is there gonna be trouble there with the shit? Like, so we believe that's squashed. And yeah, big up Lewis Simpson. I feel like there's gonna be this is the start of
Combat Sports UK as well. His media promotion.
Yeah, big up them, man. Yeah, of course. Yeah, we'll see SPG and Cage Warriors back together now. You know, so happy days.
Yeah, man, 100%.
More people are watching Cage Warriors than PFL, bro.
Yeah, serious. I mean, like Leroy just said in the chat there, you know what I mean? You know, anything the lads can do to help you promote, you know, your upcoming fight, we're definitely going to be on it. We're definitely going to be on it. Okay,
yeah,
before we get out of here as well, I wanted to talk about Emmanuel's upcoming fights and, you know, your preparations for it. You have a fight coming up on the 15th of March. Tell the people about it for the people that don't know who you fight in, your division as well, and you know, tell us a little bit about the fight.
I've got amateur welterweight title fight, Conor promotion. Yeah, the opponent's 6-1.
Right.
Yeah, former Cage Warriors Academy champ. So yeah, I guess he's fought a few decent guys at a level. He's tall. I think he's taller than me, so it'll be a bit awkward. Southpaw as well.
And you're quite tall as well. You're around 6'2", isn't it? 6'1", 6'2". Yeah, man, boy. If he's taller than
man.
But yeah, I just think I'm gonna move to him personally. To be honest,
yeah.
I think I'm gonna throw him around and smash him up. To be honest, I don't think he's fought anyone.
170.
I don't think he's fought anyone on my level. And yeah,
you're a tall welterweight.
What you say?
You're a tall welterweight, bro.
Yeah, but he's taller than me. He's a
damn.
He looks like a big Swede, man. He does like, yeah. I mean, he kind of looks like if he dies, he dies. Like,
I heard his moniker's Drago, so we're gonna see how that goes.
Right, okay.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, he ain't putting down my old ass.
Nah, let's go. Let's go.
So I don't think he'll be able to deal with the physicality, to be honest. Again, I don't think he's fought anyone that brings what I bring to the table. I don't think he has. So
you done K1 kickboxing as well. So
who myself?
Yeah.
Have I done K1?
Yeah.
No, not at any like significant level. But I train with like a lot of Muay Thai guys. Boxers.
Right. Okay.
Yeah. So I don't think he's going to bring anything that. What was that? Sorry.
I'm not betting, man. I didn't mean to cut you off. What gym do you train out of? Hey, let's fucking go.
I still go to the bar gym. That's the gym that brought me in. Train with Coach Adam Balinka down at the bar gym every now and then. But yeah, I'm based down here, so I train out here.
Yeah, man. Because your fight's happening in Portsmouth, if I remember correctly.
Yeah, that's correct. Portsmouth Guildhall. Yeah.
Yeah. So
I doubt any of you lot will be free to attend that.
No, that's one of the things. But what we wanted to do as well was because we have a wide net audience as well, and was looking if we could maybe speak to you. Obviously, I'll speak to you in the back about it. Maybe grab some tickets, or couple tickets off you. You know what I mean? I fund them.
Yeah, 100%. I've got plenty. So yeah,
and try and see if we can do a giveaway to get people, you know, get eyes on your fight and get people to come and see your fight as well. We'll do a little
way down the country.
I'll give you the link as well to like as the fight approaches, because trust me, you're not going to want to miss this one. Like, this is going to be. I'll be honest, and my coach is probably going to kill me, but I'm not looking to be all technical and like this fight. I'm probably just going to rush him. If he knocks me out, then. I'm literally looking to throw heat at him, and I hope he sees this as well, because
is this for a strap? Is this for a strap?
Yes, for a belt. And forget the belt. Like, obviously, I want the belt, but it's just I don't like putting on shitty displays. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like, yeah, it's amateur, so it's like, yeah, it's just go out there and enjoy yourself. And I just want to be violent. Do you know what I mean? Like, my last 2 fights haven't lasted 2 minutes. He's never been finished, so I'm literally going to go for him. So whoever drops. Do you know what I mean?
Okay, that's crazy. Cross, you'll be very quiet there. You got something for Emmanuel?
Hey, just listen to that, bro. Like, I wanna go to it. I want to see that in person. He got me excited, huh?
Yeah, he's selling the fight real good,
yeah. For real.
No, I'm speaking from the heart, man. I'm going to put myself in danger. And again, both my coaches are going to be pissed the way I'm talking, but that's just how I feel, man. Like, I've been hitting the bag hard. I've been hitting the pads hard. Like, when I spar, I've got to you can't cut loose because you've got to look after your sparring partners. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
And like, when I go with the smaller guys, I tell them, look, like, use more power. And they go a bit too far, and they're like, I'll save this for my opponent. Do you know what I mean?
Amazing.
Like, look at this shit right here. Look, I've got one of these, and who else am I going to get revenge on other than my opponent? Do you know what I mean?
That's it. Yeah. So you're 2 weeks out from the fight now. What are you walking around? Oh, like you say, you're a big dude, man. Like, for welterweights, what are you walking around as usual? You got much to cut?
About 10 days ago, I was like 87, but right now, this morning, I was 84 and some change.
I got to do this math over here. I got to do this math.
Easy work.
Oh, you're talking kilos?
87 is about 192 pounds, something like that.
Oh, that's not bad at all. That's not bad at all.
191 right now.
Oh, dude, that's not shit.
Yeah, it's piss, isn't it?
Bro, that's literally
still got 2 weeks. You still got 2 weeks to get
my
last
one. I'm gonna expose myself again because I told my coaches I was 87. I was 90. I was 90 going into fight week. We were panicking. But like, yeah, I can do these big cuts, no problem, man. Yeah,
that's crazy. Man.
I like how Sterling's sitting there going, "Oh, that's easy, bro." But when it comes to fight week,
so when West Ham is cutting weight, man, yo, he's begging for sympathy. I'm dying over here. I can't breathe. I can't eat. I can't.
It's like, bro, I'm sweating right now on the podcast.
I need a water burger. I need a water burger.
He comes up with a bottle of water, and the bottle of water's like, I mean, he's like.
He's rattling, you know what I mean? Like, he needs that blood clot. Yeah, man. Like, save me.
Diamond, Emmanuel, I do not like these boys. For the record, I do not fuck with these boys. I came on here to talk to y'all. I don't fuck with these guys. I came on here because I knew Emmanuel and the fucking Black Diamond were coming on. Don't listen to these motherfuckers. 90 ain't shit, brother. You got that, man.
Sorry, you know we're fucking with you.
I wanted to ask a question to brother in the middle. How many amateur fights did you have? Because I'm about to have my 9th, and honestly, I want to have 5 more amateurs. How many? Did you have,
shit, man. I had 18, but it's just because I was just. I kept on bottling it. I kept on bottling it. I kept on bottling it to go pro.
Did you do just pure like one fights in a night, or did you do like IMAF?
No, I never done any IMAFs. I done one time I done like an IMAF qualifier, and I had 2 fights in one day. But other than that, I just done like one fight.
See,
so
I've got 2 amateur belts at this way. I've got 2 right now. I'm gonna grab this 3rd one. I want to get at least 2 defenses in this year, and then there's like 2-3 other promotions I want to get their belt as well. Like, I want to like take my time. Obviously, I'm in my late 30s, innit? But I don't feel like it. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
So it's like I just want
That's
to.
on crack.
There's plenty of stuff that I haven't used that I want to use before I go pro as well.
Nah, yeah, I get that.
So, yeah.
I get that.
Yeah, I want to take my time
I
and
had
have as many fights this year as possible.
I had like goals as well. Like obviously, a lot of people be thinking that amateur is just like amateur, but like when I was amateur, that was my life. Like, you know what I'm trying to say? Like, I had goals of being like, see the Tapology rankings and things like that. Like, I had the goal to be the #1 on that Tapology ranking before, like, I went pro and stuff like that. I wanted to be the best amateur first and then go pro.
I'm
So
not going pro until I'm #1. I'm gonna say
yeah, that was just for me. But
I'm gonna bully every welterweight until they make me #1. Then I'll go pro. I'm not going pro until I'm #1.
Yeah.
I'm not having it.
I love that mentality.
Yeah. Because you want to go into pro with that complete confidence in the hype as well. So yeah, 100%. But like you said, like 9 fights is still a lot. Like a lot of you're getting to that stage where you're fighting the like obviously the highest experienced amateurs. You know what I mean? So like yeah, fair play. Like 9 fights is still is a veteran. Like I think like it's only when you get to like 7 fights, that's when you only start really getting like comfortable and not doing crazy shit in the fight, you know.
Like I haven't even I'm more of a kicker than a puncher, but I haven't even got to like. I've got some cool spinning shit, you know.
Yeah.
Oh, we're throwing spinning shit, huh?
Yeah. Well, you know when you get to the stage where it's just like you just show up and you're just like, oh, it's just like, oh, this is another thing. Like, you just know you have to go to the rules meeting, it used to even freak me out, like signing the little waivers and that, like, so it's just like, I'm signing it now, it's like, it's nothing like, it's just like so familiar if that makes sense, like, you get me?
Yeah, man, that's
I pray I never lose the nerves though, because when I have nerves is when I'm at my most dangerous. Like
yeah,
if I'm like
100%.
The fights I've lost are when I've just been like mad, like laid back and chilled out. Do you know what I mean? But when when I've got fire in me, that's when I like can perform.
Yes, that's scared, yeah.
Yeah, I need to have some kind of like jeopardy for me to like.
I was
really,
just about to ask y'all that. I was just about to be like, bro, because I've only had 5, and every single time I want to go home. Like I cannot wait to go home. Like
but like
ready to get it over with.
You should embrace that. Like it's like you need that, because it's like, say you're running away from the police or something, like you'll run 10 times faster, you'll jump over buildings and shit to get away, like, because you're fucking like, oh shit, man.
That's a good way to think about it.
You know what I'm trying to say? Like, you're scraping off walls and you don't even feel it, because you're just thinking about survival, you know?
Yeah, it's that flight or fight response.
The man saying, just think that the police knows where you're leaving. You don't want to go home then, bro. You know what I mean?
That's the best way I can put it,
Yeah.
You need that, bro. Come on, man.
Yeah,
my last two fights, I had to project in my mind that these people did a home invasion the week before.
I pulled the Anthony Smith.
No, honestly, like, I had to tell myself, this guy has just been in your house, smashed up your house, go in there and get your get back kind of thing.
Oh again. Hey, listen,
but that's real though.
That's Friday.
No,
that's Friday and day shit right there, man. What they need to start with? You know what I mean?
Yeah, I have to make these guys the enemy. I have to make my opponents the enemy, man, to get like.
No, bro, that's real.
No, that's crazy. Yes. That's crazy. No. Big up to both of you as well on your upcoming fights. We definitely will be rooting for both of you, and we'd like to have you back after your fights. You know what I mean? To come back and talk to us about it, and let's to know what you got next going on as well. So big up to both of you, and then anything that the Fight Week Show can do for you boys in terms of promoting your fight, you know what I mean, putting more eyes on it, getting more awareness on it, let us know. We're always down to help you guys promote your fights. That's what we're here for. And we did one for you when it was with Bellator, and put some tickets out there and got some people over there in the arena. So that'll be awesome.
Let's go.
I'm excited for that fight as well, bro. Best of luck in it, man.
Yeah, man. Good luck with your fights. Good luck with your fights, brothers. 100%. And we'd love to bring you back. People, we've come to the end of the show. We've been here nearly cool 2 hours. So thank you so much for your time. Everybody that's watching live, everybody that's watching on playback, my panel. Kenny, you're always generous with your time. Thank you so much, brother. Every single time you know what I mean, you never make it difficult for us. I appreciate you, my bro. And Emmanuel, always game as usual. Thank you so much. And yeah, you know, always looking forward to have you back on here, man. And yeah, people, up onto the next one. Hasta la vista. We're out. Salute. Love.
Peace out, boys, man. Best of luck in your fight, Emmanuel, bro.
I appreciate it, man.
Hey guys, this is John Anik from the UFC. You're watching the Fight Week Show. Please subscribe. Not now, but right now. Subscribe to the Fight Week Show. We'll see you guys on the road soon.